The start of a new month quite literally signifies a fresh start for us all. I love setting intentions and setting new systems to achieve the intentions that I've set for myself. It honestly boosts my mood, it boosts my energy to see the first of the month appear. Growing up in elementary school, I feel like my teachers always made it a point to make the start of a new month super exciting for us. They change the month on the board, they decorate the classroom with whatever holiday happened in that month or whatever season was changing in that month, and it was always just a fresh start for us all. As we got older, the start of a new month became very stigmatized because the first of the month meant that rent was due. It meant that mortgage is due. It was never something that we all look forward to. But that's not the way to live life, because guess what? Your mortgage is gonna have to get paid regardless. Why not take some time to reset your space, to reset your mind, to get ready for the month ahead so you can go in feeling good about yourself, feeling good about your finances, feeling good about your space. My name is JANET.NDOMAHINA. Hello if you're new here. I make feel-good content centered around being and feeling your best, and I hope you, my eyelash, and I hope you stick around. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys tips on how to reset for a new month. We can't let a new month start without reflecting on the last, without looking back on all the good things that happened, because as life goes on, we tend to just go to work, come home, eat our dinner, work out, and go to bed, get up and do the same thing over again. The weekend comes along, we have fun, we do things with our friends, and we move along. Whenever you take the time to reflect on the last month, it honestly makes you a little bit more grateful for the life that you're living. Life is more than just productivity. It's more than just moving on to the next thing, hitting our goals, etc., etc. I also like to see if I'm following the systems that I set in place for the intentions that I set at the beginning of the month. You can start off by asking yourself this: in the last month, what were you grateful for? You can also ask yourself, how was your mood? Were you happy at the beginning of the month? Did the middle of the month put you in a little bit of a slump? In the end of the month, did you start getting your energy back? Did you start feeling like yourself again? And the last thing you can ask yourself is, what would have made the last month better? And I know that question is kind of weird for a lot of people. I think it's important to take a step back and be honest with yourself. Could you have been a little bit more productive? Were you scrolling a little bit too much? Be honest with yourself when answering the question, what would have made the last month better? I personally like to set intentions at the beginning of each month. For me personally, setting an intention means that you are moving with purpose. It's moving with purpose in mind. Intentions are so open-ended to me. It can mean so many things. Don't get me wrong, I love setting goals as well, but I think they should be set on a quarterly basis or on a yearly basis or every 6 months. I don't think it is good for your mental health to set new goals every single month. 30 days is just way too short for you to get certain things done. We're working, we have family events, we have so much going on. After a year of doing resets, I quickly realized that being intentional about one thing is like my favorite thing. It's chef's kiss to me. If I set an intention at the beginning of the month to be more feminine, then that's just always gonna be at the back of my mind. It's not a task that I have to do. It's such an open-ended phrase that can mean so much. It does not mean the same thing for me and for you. And that's what is so beautiful about it. If you say that you wanna work out 3 times a week, that can cause you a lot of stress. It can make you shut down very easily because it is more of a stringent thing that you have to do 3 to 4 times a week. So instead of wording it as, I need to work out 3 to 4 times a week, maybe say, I need to move my body more. And however that happens, it happens, but there's less stress on your mind to get it done in a certain way. So I highly recommend setting intentions month to month than setting goals, because it's going to help you feel a lot more confident as you move on throughout the year. The budget. I did not start budgeting until this year. I just honestly went through life winging it up until now. And I'm not ashamed to say that because honestly, financial literacy is something that most of us, I know for me, we have to learn as we go. And I think it's important to break generational curses and really get to the bottom of your financial trauma, any financial stress, any financial anxiety that you might feel. Whenever you budget, there is no imaginary numbers. You're not making things up. You're able to see exactly what you can work with month to month. You can see exactly how much money you have to spend. And if a friend comes up to you and is like, hey, let's plan this trip here, there's no, I'm not sure if I can make this happen. All you have to do is say, let me check my budget and I'll let you know in a few days if I can make this swing. You go and look at your budget, you will know almost instantly if that is a yes or if it's a no. There are several ways to budget, okay? There are apps dedicated for budgeting. You can buy an old-fashioned budget booklet and fill it out yourself. I know there's a lot of people who love to do it by hand. I've been thinking about doing it by hand lately because I've seen a couple of TikToks about it and I'm like, oh, I love that. That looks like a lot of fun. And you can do that while like watching a movie or something. So I personally budget using a template that I purchased, which I will leave my template down below, and I will do it honestly while watching movies. It's just a really great way for me to see exactly how much I have to work with throughout the month. There's no guessing. There's no, oh, I'm not sure if I can swing that or not. I just can't believe I went through life just winging it before, honestly. As a teacher, and this is really, really, really crazy, I used to have 2 paychecks like most people. One at the beginning of the month, okay? One was at like on the 30th and one was on the 15th. The 30th paycheck was for rent, okay? The rent would go out and a couple of bills would go out with that one. And the check on the 15th would go with my car note and any of the other bills I had left over from there. And that was the money I had to work with for the next 2 weeks, and I would just go at it until the next paycheck. I just spent until I couldn't spend anymore. But now I just have so much more confidence when it comes to my finances. I can see whether I can take that trip or not. And if someone else comes up to me about another trip, I'm gonna have to be like, no. I'm gonna have to give you a no, friend, okay? Take the time to budget. It doesn't have to be a crazy budget. You can download an app. You can use the spreadsheet that I recommended. You can get a booklet, but budget, guys. Budget, budget, budget. It will change your life. A nice declutter and clean is just something that makes me so happy. I do not like to do a huge declutter at the beginning of the year. I talked about this in one of my recent videos. I like the start of a new year to be a restart for my goals. I like to purchase new planning tools. I like to reset my mind. I like to set goals. I don't like to spend the beginning of the year decluttering my whole house. So I like to do it month by month. I like to do it quarterly. I like to do it every 6 months. But I definitely always do some type of deep clean at the beginning of the month because it just makes me feel really, really good. I like to go get myself some fresh flowers to begin with. I like to make sure our space just smells clean, open up the windows, air out the house, all of those good things. Some months I don't declutter at the beginning of the month. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but a deep clean definitely does happen at the beginning of each month. This is my favorite part, okay? Setting a plan. Planning has seriously changed my life, guys. And there are so many different ways that you can plan out your life. I am a very basic person. I know so many people use Notion. I use the Notes app in my phone. I use Google Calendar. I use an old-fashioned planner, constantly planning out my content a month in advance. At the beginning of the year, I was doing it 3 months in advance. I was doing kind of like the 12 12-week year method. And honestly, I can't believe I fell off of it. I need to jump back onto it because I love the 12-week year. It is such a great way to be productive and to get things done. I have been planning month to month lately, which I don't think is bad either. I actually like doing a monthly plan. I will jump between my planner, Google Calendar, but I always use my notes, okay? I always use my notes. In the month of June, I filled this out. I put all of the videos that were going live, when I was going to edit certain things, when I was going to film certain things, just so I could stay organized, because this is my job and I love to do it well and I don't like to feel stressed when it comes to it. So I'm gonna go through for July and I'm going to fill out how I want to structure my content. Making a plan for everything is it's just the best way to go through life. I think this is just a perfect time for you to just go through and pencil in any events that are happening, pencil in birthdays, pencil in work obligations, pencil in everything so you can just have a clear vision on what's going on throughout the month and what days you're able to just relax and recharge. The self-care days are so important. Whenever you keep all of your plans in your head, it's just not a great way to move. Whenever you have a visual of what the month is going to look like in front of you, it takes all the stress out of here and it puts it on to your calendar, it puts it onto your notes, and you're able to just have a visual on when you're going to be able to have self-care days, when you're going to be able to rest and recharge. Setting systems for your intentions is key. So if you are setting an intention to move your body more this month, then what are some systems that you can set in place? If you go to workout classes, you can go ahead and schedule your classes at the beginning of the week so you can already have those set and ready to go, setting yourself up for success, right? If you are a runner, okay, you can plan out at the beginning of the week the days you're gonna go running based on the weather. Look at the weather app, see the days that are gonna be nicer, see the days where the humidity isn't so high. There are just so many ways to set systems in place for your intentions. I think it's so important to take a step back, figure out what was working really well for you in the month and what wasn't working. This is another honesty hour bit, okay? It's time for you to remove yourself from the equation, look at your life as if it's a stranger's life, and really criticize some of the things that happen throughout the month, some of the things that you need to change. Whenever I start to be very honest with myself and my bad habits and the things that I could do better, whenever I start to be really honest with myself is when my life got better. If you're a YouTuber, if you're a TikToker, if you're an Instagrammer, go through your analytics monthly, see what's working, what's not working, and make the changes from there for the next month. Were you distracted? Were you on your phone too much? Were you watching too many TikToks while working? If you have a small business, if you're on Shopify, go into the back end of Shopify, take a note of your successful days and take note of the days that weren't so great. Look at what's working, look at what's not working, and make changes from there. But it's so important for you to be honest with yourself. That's the only way for you to progress in life as the months go on. Think about your favorites. What were your favorite things about the month? I know for me, last month we saw The Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey and it was just so good. It made me so happy, obsessed with The Little Mermaid. We watched so many movies last month, which were so great. We watched King Richard, the movie about Serena and Venus Williams. Such a great movie. I loved it so much. We watched Avatar. It's on Amazon Prime now, which that was so nice to watch. Honestly, it's such a long movie. I'm like, why is this movie so long? What were your favorites in the last month? Michael and I went tubing last month. My sister's birthday was last month. My dog's birthday was last month. My dad's birthday was last month. And my friend's birthday was last month. My brother's birthday was last month. I met one of you last month, which was a highlight of my month. Please comment down below if you're watching this, because it was so great to see you and meet you. What were your favorites in the month? Let me know down below. I think it's a great way to move into the next month with big energy, with great energy. It just makes you excited for what's to come, honestly. Well, guys, Let me know if you enjoyed this video. I love making content like this. I love making self-development content. And if you like this content too, I have a lot of videos like this coming your way next month. I have so many self-development videos coming this month. So like this video if you like content like this. Comment down below what you'd like to see throughout the month. Any tips and tricks on other things that you'd like to see. Yeah, guys, I will see you guys in the next month. Wait. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great start to the next month. I hope this video inspired you to reset for a new month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mahalo. Bye.